There it is. Bingo. There it is. Okay, I can hear myself now too. Okay, cool. All right, everyone. Well, we're rocking and rolling now. So we got to figure it out. Oh, and now here's, oh man, look at this. That's me on my phone. That's the phone that I'm watching. Okay. That's, yeah, I know. My bad. All right, everyone. Well, good Thursday morning. Almost said afternoon. Almost unsure what time it is at this point. But we do have a tornado watch in place for counties south of mainly Houston. So those counties that are highlighted in red there. And I'm going to see if I can route into the camera here really quick and see if I can take that full for you so that we can get that going here. Let me see, max 1, and there it is. Okay, cool. So this is where we are watching for the potential for a few tornadoes. Yes, sound, there we go. Hey, everyone. All right, cool. There she is. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a good morning so far. For those of you who are just tuning in, now earlier we did have that tornado watch for parts of Upson County, Crawford, Taylor, Macon County, really anywhere that was west of 75. Now that has since been expired, and we are going to put most of our focus on the counties highlighted in red on your screen there. So we'll take you out to radar really quick and get you going, and we will show you what's going on across central Georgia. So what we're dealing with right now is that potential for gusty wind, heavy rain, and some frequent lightning. That's what's out there currently. Now, I came on here because we've been watching a little bit of rotation in a few storms, and I'm going to take you back in time a little bit, and then we'll go forward. So there's a few storms that we were watching, a few clusters here. So we had this one, and then also one that was moving into Wilcox County. Now, those never warned, but just because things looked like they were starting to rotate, wanted to come and just focus your attention, especially if you were in Wilcox County, and it looks like southern Pulaski County now. Now, these storms are moving at a pretty good clip. We are moving, these storms are moving, not we are, northeast at 55 miles per hour very, very quickly. So this all could potentially get out of here very soon, it looks like. Notice most of the activity is south of the area. This line really broke apart. And Ben, I really think that could have been the wedge that had something to do with it. Yes. Absolutely could have. So if you have ever heard us talk about the wedge before, we absolutely dread forecasting them. They're really difficult to forecast. And the good thing about a wedge, though, is that it can keep us nice and stable. And that's essentially what happened for a lot of places north of Macon. This morning, we had quite a few thunderstorms cross over the Alabama and Georgia line and fall apart as they made their way through central Georgia. And that was essentially because we were nice and stable, thanks in part to the wedge. We also had a little bit of fog. Both of those things are good things when it comes to fighting severe weather. So right now, our focus is on this cluster of storms that is currently pushing into Dodge County. So some very heavy rain and gusty wind along this, along with some lightning. Now, when it comes to any kind of spin in these storms, that looks to be kind of depreciating as well. That wedge. Awesome, good. All right, hello, I'm going to look at some questions really quick. What's the difference between a warning and then a watch? So a watch is that it's possible, a warning is that it's happening. You will know when there is a warning because of, cool. You'll know it's a warning because we will be on TV. So if we're not on TV, you still have to be weather aware, but you don't have to worry about a tornado in your area. We will be on TV if there's a tornado warning. A watch just simply means that the conditions are favorable for it, and we're going to continue to monitor it because it is possible that we could have a tornado or two. So that is possible as we go through the day. Right now, looking at this, you might be saying, wow, look at all that green and red. Well, all you need to know right now, nothing is popping out and saying severe thunderstorm warning. Nothing is saying tornado to me here. So that's good news, and we'll hope that that can continue for the rest of the afternoon, as this is, again, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. That's going to move at a pretty good clip. We'll put a timer on this really quick. Cold front has passed Bon Air. You know, for the most part, yeah, it looks like it. Unless anything that is back up towards the metro Atlanta area, I don't see anything else kind of forming out ahead of that. For the most part, we should be pretty much said and done with this. And we'll go through a model in just a second. Let's see. Exactly. Jennifer, that was the best way to put it. Watch just means keep an eye out. Good. Looks like it broke up before it got here. So yeah, basically we were pretty chilly the past couple of days, and that was because a wedge kind of snuck in on us a little bit. And as much as wedges can kind of make us dreary and cool and not very pleasant, it also helps us when we have severe weather situations. So Again, I think that was something that models struggled with, and we obviously had a very high risk yesterday. We didn't have what would be considered a high risk. It was moderate, that 4 out of 5. And today, Storm Prediction Center put that down. So all of central Georgia is under that slight risk with the exception of parts of Upson County, which really should be taken out in the next run. And then we also have that enhanced risk for parts of, it looks like, Lawrence, Johnson, Trutland, Montgomery, and Washington counties. Let's see. It's bad in Dodge County. Yes, Dodge County, you have a significant weather advisory. That goes until 10:30, so the next 5 minutes, because of 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts. You could even see gusts higher than that. I've been seeing values upwards of 45 in some of those storms. Let's go through a model really quick. Hang tight real quick. We'll go through the high res. So was anyone up very early with Ben this morning? Because the models this morning were not picking up on the timing of this system at all. They were about 3 hours behind. And so that just kind of goes to show that, you know, obviously weather isn't a perfect science, and we could try and forecast this as best we can. But when you have a wedge to deal with and the first really big event of spring, models sometimes have a hard time with that first big event. So just something that we are glad to see about having. I'd rather have no severe weather than a full severe weather day. Let's see. I'm in Trutland, that's why I was asking. Oh, okay, yes. So that just means tornadoes are possible, and we'll continue to watch, especially places like Trutland County in our easternmost counties as we go through the day. Obviously, we're going to start to heat up. Temperatures today, by the way, will eventually go into the 70s, even behind this cold front that's bringing us all of the rain and storms. That should be out of here by around 1 o'clock, by the way. We aren't going to necessarily cool down rapidly. We'll stay in the 70s for the afternoon. We'll kind of actually heat up a little bit, and then we'll cool down as we head into tomorrow. So at this point, here's noon. We're going to start to warm up a little more. Temperatures should be in the upper 60s, low 70s. We're going to have that fuel factor, and we're also going to have a good bit of wind shear. So we will be continuing to watch to see if anything starts to spin, which is definitely possible as we head into the next few hours, hence that tornado watch until 1 o'clock. I fell asleep on Ben last night. I tried so hard to stay up. I think he was trying hard to stay up too. He's definitely here for a long time. All night, all night. Good. I'm glad you guys are keeping up with that. Rain, thunder, and winds in Trutland. Yeah, starting to get a little bit rough out in Trutland. So we're going to go back to radar in just a second. I'm going to take you through the model really quick. Now, this model is pretty much on point with the timing now. Earlier today, it was far from it. But very heavy rain is going to be a given, especially in that cluster of storms that is currently starting to push into parts of Dodge County. It will eventually clip into Lawrence and Telfair, Wheeler, Montgomery. Now here's 1 o'clock. Said and done. We are good to go. We are done with our severe threat, and the severe threat then shifts to the coast. And the good thing about the timing of this system for us, along with that wedge that seemed to kind of be a saving grace for us, is that we aren't going to be dealing with this front during the heat of the day. So that's more of a coastal situation and towards the Carolinas where their threat's a little more elevated. They did put that moderate or 4 out of 5 risk in parts of the Carolinas for today. Is it over in Crawford County? Yeah, Crawford County, you should pretty much be good to go for the rest of the day. Our focus, I think, is mainly going to be where that red polygon is on your screen. No, that's not a warning. That's just indicating the watch. Turned out good. Got to drive to Atlanta at 2. Oh, good. Perfect. Perfect timing. Pulaski County, it looks like the worst of this is starting to push out of Pulaski County. Let me take you off of live radar, satellite and radar, and we'll go to live radar. We'll stop the motion for you so it doesn't give anyone whiplash here. So this, let's see, I'm reading the chat because someone just said the tornado word. Let's see, warranting a tornado watch for our area. Oh, okay, that's outside of our area. So until 10:30, that's 2 more minutes. This cluster of storms right here is moving off to the northeast at 55, creating wind gusts upwards of 40 to 45. We'll turn this back on just to make sure everything is keeping its act together. So some broad rotation right here that is moving out of Pulaski County. Again, this is moving off to, I believe, still the northeast at 55. I'm going to double check and we can kind of put a timer on that. Northeast at 45. Okay, let's see. Hang tight. We'll go back to this. What about Baldwin County and Gordon? So if you're north of Macon, for the most part, the wedge kind of saved the day for you. So any kind of thunderstorm activity pretty much fizzled apart north of Macon, and I wouldn't be surprised if the next outlook that comes out from the Storm Prediction Center starts to take out some of our northern counties. I want to say that if you are in Milledgeville, like Baldwin County, you should pretty much be good to go for the rest of the day. Washington County, you still have to deal with potentially a few storms out there, so I wouldn't let your guard down yet in Washington County. What happened to all the rain we needed? If you're south of Macon, you're getting plenty of it, but like I said, that wedge pretty much kind of canceled out a lot of what this forecast was. But hey, I would rather a forecast bust in a way that it turns out that we don't have severe weather than we have what Alabama and Mississippi had to deal with yesterday. That was absolutely wild. Let's see. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Sorry, looking at comments, getting distracted. Wilkinson County, a tree went down in Dudley. Oh, also, that's now that you said that, good point. We have been asking for photos. Of course, when it's safe to do so, please take any photos of any damage in your area. We do like to keep track of that. And you can send that to us through the Near Me feature in the 13 WMAZ app if you are so inclined to do so. That would be fantastic. So this cluster of storms, I don't really even know where to start this, but we'll just kind of put it right at Pulaski County where it looks like there's some pretty gusty wind going on. Northeast at 45 miles per hour. Here's a look at some of the towns. So, well, Dodge County High School. Roddy, Yonkers, Chester. Here's the times for it. Around 11 o'clock, it will be in Chester, this cluster of storms, if it holds together. So again, as we head into Lawrence County, this batch of storms will be heading into Lawrence County within the next half hour. So if you are in Lawrence County and you maybe are about to go run some errands, I don't remember what time Lawrence County is supposed to go to school if they are going to school today, but all of that information can also be found on 13WMAZ.com. But just keep in mind, if you're in Lawrence County, some heavy rain is definitely about to head your way and very gusty wind along that. But just know that it looks like a fairly stout storm is about to head your way in the next half hour. A little slight sprinkle is literally all Warner Robins got. I am sorry to hear that. Some people got lucky and got a lot of rain. Otherwise, we got a couple of light sprinkles. We had a couple of heavy downpours yesterday, though. Cochrane, let's see. Lawrence is in school today. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Cochrane, it looks like that storm is going to kind of just clip to your south, but you are in that tornado watch, so it's definitely possible that a tornado could happen. But it looks like for the most part, a lot of that is going to go to your south. We'll take you through this model again, though. Notice right, oh, I guess I don't have an arrow on this. Let me click there. There we go. That's better. So here's all of that batch of storms that we are watching right now on radar. And if you kind of follow it as we go forward in time, it's almost going to clip south of Bleckley County. So for those of you asking about Cochrane, it looks like our big focus will be Telfair, Wheeler, Montgomery, Dodge and Lawrence, maybe even into Trutland and Johnson County for right now. Wilcox County, I believe the worst just made its way past you, but a few storms are still going to be possible over the next hour or so down there, maybe through lunchtime. Because we do have a lot of trailing storms that are to our south. I'll show you that in just a second. Nothing in Butler except a patio chair blown over. Hey, listen, that's not a bad day if you ask me. That is not a bad day. I know I had my dog Colby. If you follow me at all, you know I love my fur child. I had him in his little hallway just in case today. I put him in a safe place before I went to work. So I believe you're asking about Wilcox County. Wilcox County, notice there is still a good cluster of storms down to our south. Now this is moving also off to the northeast, so that could just clip you over the next couple hours. So not going to say that Wilcox County you're done with everything just yet, but pretty much north and west of Macon, you're pretty much done with the worst of it for today. No tornado warnings, but you're under a tornado watch. Yeah, I'll go back to that graphic really quick since I believe a few people are probably logging on. Timing for the Georgia coast, I'm pretty sure, and I'll go through that, but I believe the Georgia coast is kind of a 3 to 5 o'clock kind of deal. I'm in Wheeler and terrified. Don't be terrified, Brandy. It's okay. I know it's probably a little scary sounding out there and looking out there, but no warnings right now. Just try and stay indoors. It washed the yellow stuff off my car. Good. My daughter's trampoline flew against the house. Oh, gosh. I feel like the trampolines are always the first to go. All right, so here's the tornado watch. Again, this means that tornadoes are possible. They aren't physically happening. If they were happening, you would see us on your TV. This goes until 1 o'clock, And 1 o'clock is pretty much when we're going to bring all of our threat for severe weather to an end for today. Yay. So we'll be able to go on with the rest of our day. It will be warm. It'll be a nice afternoon for us. And it's going to be windy. We do have a wind advisory in effect until, I believe, 8 o'clock tonight for all of central Georgia. So wind gusts upwards of 35, even after this passes, is going to be possible. Vienna, Georgia, Dooley County. You could still have a few storms, but I believe the worst is probably over for Dooley. The allergies. I did not. Sun is out in Jones County. Love to hear it. All right. And the rain and wind just picked up here. Yeah, that'll definitely be possible for all those counties you see on your screen highlighted in red, especially places like Dodge, maybe Southern Lawrence, Telfair, Wheeler, Montgomery, Treutlen counties, because we do have quite the trail of storms that is just to our south that is going to move off towards the east-northeast. We can hope that this does end up kind of taking more of that easterly trajectory and really not doing anything at all for us, which would be great, because then we would get by pretty much on a lot better note than we thought we were originally. All right. Baldwin County, a little bit of light rain. You could maybe have some of these storms that are up towards the Griffin, Georgia area. If those kind of hold together, they maybe could clip. That's not even Baldwin, Jasper, and Putnam, but we're thinking more so south is going to be our focus right now. So if you are joining us in places like Dodge County, clearly some very heavy rain, also some lightning starting to pick up there. We'll look and see if there's any hail. No reports of a hail core on here. But very gusty wind. When you see these really bright green colors like that, that's indicating very, very gusty wind. We'll put a little value on that. So right now it looks like in Dodge County, seeing wind gusts maybe upwards of 50 miles per hour. That's just below severe limits. North Monroe has sun. I like to hear it. All right, rainy here in Wilkinson. Yes, I can see all of the, it looks like the worst of it is in Dodge and Bleckley and parts of Lawrence. Wilkinson, definitely getting some rain, but hey, if you're like me, the pollen has been so bad, and I know a couple of you touched on that already in the comments. The pollen has been awful. Until I moved here, in Florida, palm trees don't have pollen like that. They just don't. So when I moved here from Florida, even though I've been here for almost 4 years now, those allergies really caught up to me. So earlier, this is 10 o'clock in the morning, just after 10. We were watching a couple of storms, which is why I came on here. It looked like things were trying to start to spin in Pulaski County, so I wanted to be able to give people a heads up just in case, even before anything kind of warned. Now it looks like everything's kind of starting to relax a little bit, but the wind is still definitely really stout. Yes, Jeffrey, that and learning where your county is super important. All that's left, the springs. Oh no, I need a nap. I've been up with Ben. You and me both, Bonnie. Yeah, Melissa, also love the way you spell your name. That's super cool. Yes, this should be it. Once this is over, we should be done with it. Our threat should be done by 1 o'clock. Houston County, I believe you're probably getting a little bit of rain right now. Let me double check. Actually, the rain is out of the way. And that pretty much should be it for Houston, with the exception of maybe a few sprinkles. We'll take you through this high-res model again really quick. So this model's been doing the best. It has the highest resolution, essentially. It takes these really, really teeny little grid spaces and creates a forecast out of them. That is what you're seeing on your screen. And so that higher resolution, hence the name of the model, always is a little bit better. So those storms that are up towards the Griffin area could clip Jasper and Putnam, but notice the big focus is definitely going to be in our southern counties. So places like Lawrence, places like Dodge, Telfair, Wheeler, Montgomery counties, and also parts of Treutlen and Johnson County. Houston County, again, maybe a few lingering showers, but this is the front right here that we are dealing with. So we kind of got a little lucky. If you're just tuning in, you might have noticed it's been kind of cold the past couple of days. A wedge has kind of made itself at home here. And essentially what a wedge does is keep you stable. So an instability is what you need. So unstable is what creates that fuel for storms. Let's see. Bullock County. Bullock County is outside of our viewing area, so I'm not 100% sure where Bullock County is. I'm not a native Georgian, so you'd have to give me that. How much rain has Macon gotten? You know, that's a good question. I haven't looked at rainfall totals. We'll give you just a quick radar indicated rainfall total for the past 24 hours. Let's see. Rainfall. No, I want you. There it is. Okay. Let's see, rainfall, 24 hours. So parts of Bibb County, at least, it looks like at least maybe about 2.5 inches of rain. And it looks like Twiggs County, this is 24 hours. So this is including, obviously, yesterday. But a good bit of rain, it seems like. Enough to wash away pollen. Johnson County, you could still, we're watching for that potential for maybe a spin up there. Very gusty wind as well, though. That's going to be the big one. Statesboro. Okay, yeah, so you're outside of our area, and the further east of us you go, that's where we're going to start to heat up when this front moves through. So just, you know, watch your local station. I believe your local station is Savannah, and if any warnings pop up there, be sure that you're paying attention to that. But definitely the potential for a spin up there. I don't know if you're under that tornado watch. It might be too early for that. They usually issue these when there's about 2 hours of a window until it might happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bullitt County maybe got into the next one. Clear here in North Pulaski. Yes, Southern Pulaski, I think, is the issue right now that's dealing with any kind of rain. And I'm actually going to go onto Facebook on my other phone because this one phone is dying. Okay, raining in Wilcox. Truitland County, same thing. Gusty wind is going to be your big one, but we'll watch for a brief spin up there as well, and that'll all end at 1 o'clock. So we only have a few more hours of this, and I'm going to stay on here for about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to start getting ready for the midday show. But the big reason I was on here at first was because storms looked like they were starting to spin, so wanted to kind of keep an eye on it. Maybe some broad rotation. When you're this far from the radar, though, the further away you are, this beam here goes higher in the atmosphere, so it's no surprise to see things spin higher up. But so we'll kind of keep an eye. It looks like maybe something's trying to get a little hold here in Eastman. Dodge County, north of Eastman. And then maybe this is very, very broad down in Crisp County moving into Wilcox County, but that's, again, very, very broad. But we'll still keep an eye on it. Let's see, Dodge and Lawrence County line so far, just rain. Well, that's good. Yeah, this event was definitely a little bit different than a typical spring event because we did have that wedge in place. So you know, you kind of prepare for the worst and hope for the best kind of thing. We were in a moderate level 4 risk yesterday, and that's pretty rare to have those issued. And I think when you go into spring, sometimes you can get a little, the Storm Prediction Center can maybe get a little excited. Ben and I were talking about that earlier. You know, you see all these ingredients coming together for the first time of the year, and, you know, you try and prepare people the best you can. But when you have events kind of what we say bust like this, and they don't come together, you're thankful for it. You don't want to have to deal with tornado warnings. That's never fun. I lived in Florida for years. When it rains, you know it's around 3 p.m. Yep, those sea breeze thunderstorms never fail. Warner Robins, you should pretty much be done for the day with the exception of maybe a couple of light trailing sprinkles. The big focus, again, is going to be in our southern counties, so south and east of Macon. This batch of storms, I don't believe, let's see if they ended up putting another significant weather advisory on that. Yes. So significant weather advisory for northwestern Wilcox, southwestern Lawrence, southeastern Bleckley, northwestern Dodge, and southeastern Pulaski. That goes until 11. Savannah, things look to be to kind of fire up a good bit along the coast, so it'll be a little stormy. More than likely, you're going to get that gusty wind, very heavy rain, and some lightning. But I don't believe, I'm pretty sure Savannah is in that enhanced or 3 out of 5 threat as well. So that isolated tornado threat, I don't think, is completely ruled out in Savannah. Let's see. Will Dublin get worse? The potential is there because we are going to continue to heat up over the next couple of hours. So it just depends how fast this line of storms moves through. I think that Lawrence County, things could get a little bit stronger over the next half hour or so. We'll just continue to watch it. Let's see. Rain in Lawrence off 119 feels cool. Baldwin or Gray, for the most part, you should pretty much be done. The storms south and west of Dodge. Oh, I see. So in Wilcox County, right. Those will probably be to you, and I can actually put like a little bit of a timer on it. We'll do this. They're moving off to the northeast at 45. It just shows Eastman. That's all it gave you. Just after 11 o'clock. And there's your answer. Usually it comes up with more towns than that. The mini pools around your yard. Yes. Thundering in Dublin. Yeah, a couple of thunderstorms definitely starting to fire up there. All right, everyone. Well, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. So I believe, Bonnie, you were in the booth, the one with my microphone on and everything like that. We will end well, I shouldn't say Facebook Live because I know I'm on multiple platforms, but the Tornado Watch goes until 1 o'clock. We will be back for midday. That's at noon unless we manage to get a warning, a severe thunderstorm warning. We'll be back here. A tornado warning will be on your TV and across multiple platforms. But thanks so much for hanging out with me. Again, just wanted to kind of update you and take you through that couple of batches of storms that were starting to rotate a little bit. But either way, we will see you at midday. Thanks so much for tuning in. And again, be sure to have a way to receive weather warnings today. Make it a great Thursday.